Hey there, friends! I have missed you so much, and I am so excited to be a part of this day. Thank you for having me virtually. I wanted to go over a few things with you about being an art teacher, an entrepreneur, a YouTuber, a virtual teacher, and what all goes into this, right? So let's rewind back like almost 20 years. And that's when I decided to go to college. And I was gonna go into graphic design, meaning I was gonna do online computer digital artwork, okay? And while I was in college, I had one of my professors introduce me to the idea of being an art teacher. And this was new to me because I didn't have art in elementary, and I had only taken one art class between my middle school and high school time. And I was like, what all goes into this? So we had a conversation about it, and I learned that all I had to do at college was take regular classes, teaching classes, and art classes. So after 4 years of taking all the classes that I needed, I was able to go into my student teaching. And right there at Ralph Downs is where I did half of my student teaching. The other half was at PC North High School. And so after I completed my student teaching, which is basically practicing teaching in a real life scenario, you guys know what student teachers are, I got my degree from college. I got a degree as a Bachelor in Fine Arts in Education. And so that means I had a 4-year degree right there from the University of Central Oklahoma. Now, I was so lucky, and I got to start teaching at Ralph Downs 16 years ago, and I taught for 15 straight years at Ralph Downs. And both of my kids went there, and you guys know what goes into being an art teacher when you're at school. You see us teach, you see us hang artwork up in the galleries, you see us have art shows, you see us display your art off-site at different places. We have art night. You see that I did backdrops for programs. And then of course, since I'm on the specials team, I helped with other fun things like musicals and choir and Super Kids Day and Jump Rope for Heart and all of those things that make school so much fun. Now, did you know that us teachers don't just work at work? That's right. We also work at home, guys. We do all of our plans for what we're going to teach. We make sure that we cross those plans with the state standards and that we're hitting all of the Oklahoma State standards in teaching, and that you guys are getting what you're supposed to so that you can move on to the next grade. We come up with fun activities, not just the learning stuff, so that school is more enjoyable for you. We learn, we continue our own education, going to workshops and classes and teacher meetings and all of those things so that we can stay educated ourselves so that we can be the best teachers for you. So that's kind of what goes into being a teacher. You go to college, and then you obviously get your own class and your own, things like that to do, but then you have to do all your planning on your own time at home and on weekends. But it's fun planning because it's for you, and that we can stay educated ourselves so that we can be the best teachers for you. Now, I have to show you a little something real quick. So we're gonna time out and look at these guys. Biggie is on the left and Raina is on the right. Biggie has all those wrinkles on his head, but these are my two little puggies that are actually in all of my YouTube videos. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. Now, what is an entrepreneur? What is one? All right, according to Google, an entrepreneur is a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses taking on greater than normal financial risk in order to do so. So an entrepreneur is somebody who organizes and operates a business. That means they plan and run a business. And that's where Artsy Rose comes in. So long time ago, like while I was still in college, I knew one day I wanted to own my own art studio. And eventually the biggest pictures I wanted to incorporate all the arts, okay? But for now, it incorporates the visual arts. So that's like what you do in art class there at school, okay? And over time, very first thing I did was buy a domain, artsyrose.com. And then eventually I started planning the brick and mortar part of the business. And that means the actual studio that you could go to take classes, which is right down the street. And so 8 years ago, I opened the doors, right, to this business, and it's been functioning and going ever since. Now, what went into it? Well, I had to plan what I wanted it to look like. I had to plan what kind of classes I wanted to teach. I had to investigate where's the best places to order art supplies and supplies like tables and chairs. Where can I get the most bang for my buck, right? So all of this planning went on behind the scenes, but I couldn't do it by myself. Part of being a successful entrepreneur is asking for help, right? So lucky for me, I have a great support system. My parents kind of helped me get things going. My mom helped me with the planning and the decorating and the organizing and the teaching at first. And my dad helped me with the actual look of the business. We gutted out what used to be in there, and we put up our own walls, and we painted the floors, and we painted the walls, and he built cabinets and all of those things. So all of this goes into opening your own business that people can actually come to. Then I needed my husband. He helped me to be able to start the website. So I had the domain, but I needed help with the website. So let me show you that part. Okay, so this is Artsy Rose's website, and with my photography and pictures and design skills and his knowledge of coding and actually building a website, he created this for me, and it's at artsyrose.com. Of course, you can check it out on your own time. But did you know that he did not go to school for this? You can now, but back then it wasn't as big of a thing, okay? And so he learned how to build a website and how to code through YouTube. Go figure. Which takes us to the next phase. I decided I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to reach more people. I want to reach people across the world and share my love for art with them and share my passion for teaching. And so I started Artsy Rose's YouTube channel. Now, in order to be able to do that, initially I just got started with a basic camera, a basic light, created just a super simple background, had a table, and did art like that. That's how my original videos started. You can see those over on my channel, the first video to the videos I create now. So now I have more cameras and more equipment, and I'll show you those in a moment, so that I can do things like this, right? So I can show you close up of the project that I'm doing. You can see Biggie and Raina in my videos. And then of course you can see me talking as well. So I have used different equipment and online software and functions like that. And then of course I've had to keep learning. I had to learn how to do all of this. You never, ever, ever stop learning, guys. And so from YouTube, I got that up and going, and then not too long later, bam, the pandemic, right? So I used my knowledge of recording art videos and turned it into a virtual online business while my Artsy Rose was closed for a little while, right? And so I started teaching virtually online, and I had students in New York, I had students in California, I had students in Kansas, I had students in Florida, and it was just so neat to bring all of these kids from all over to one platform and teach them all the same projects and see their different outcomes, and then they actually got to visit with each other as well. So that's a good thing that came from the pandemic is it's made me have to continue learning and branch out of my comfort zone and do something different. So guys, I love you and I miss you, and I hope that you are still creating and you are still using your minds and your passion and your hearts, and you're being kind, and you're applying all of that to what you do in the classroom and what you do in the art room, in the music room, in the PE and Peak and library and all of those things, the counselor. And so continue applying all of that I know you are capable of. And so now pick up one of my cameras and give you a quick little tour of my at-home studio so that you can see what goes on behind the scenes of recording these videos. Okay, so I am using the Pug Cam to show you around the studio. And this is so cool, but I will tell you, it took a lot of hard work to be able to, purchase a little bit at a time. And it definitely took a lot of learning on YouTube on how to use all of this. And again, that teamwork is what made this dream work, because I needed my husband to do every bit of this. Even my daughter and my son have given me pointers here and there on how to do this. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you around the at-home studio. So essentially, this is all the equipment that I need to be able to run a live show on multiple platforms, such as Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and honestly, I could even live stream to more than that. So we've got the laptop for recording and running different software. We have, of course, a mouse and a keyboard, and we have, this is called an ATM Mini Extreme, and this is how I'm able to switch between what I am showing you, okay? This little monitor right here is what I can see a mini version of the show on. So I can click on the different buttons and switch between the different angles, okay? We have one monitor right here that I actually see my show on when I am live streaming. We have the second monitor right here. This is what we saw when I switched to camera 4 on this board. We have this, which is actually pretty cool. There is a camera hiding behind there, and then a monitor that projects the image so that I actually can look at the camera and see what is recording at the same time. Of course, we have multiple lights because lighting is key. And then we have this big monitor that you'll catch me looking up at quite a bit. And then this Rode helps run the sound if I run the sound through that. And I don't always run the sound through it. Sometimes the sound goes straight through ATM Mini Extreme. This is a part of a microphone. This is the part that attaches into the ATM Mini, or I can attach it through this Rode. And then the rest of the microphone is on me, right in here, okay? And the bottom part of it is right in here. And it just runs right up to my shirt. Here is a second camera right here. So the first camera is in there. The second camera is in here. And then this is what we see close up for when I'm doing my projects. There's Hedwig, there's 2 St. Patrick's Day projects that I just recorded, and then we'll come on around. This is my work desk in the indoor studio at home. And then here are Biggie and Raina, the puggies that we love. Now, it's super key to staying organized and keeping notes, and also for setting a schedule for yourself, working from home. As I was saying earlier, sometimes you have to expand your business. And when we went into lockdown, for the pandemic, luckily, I had already created art kits where people could paint at home and follow along on my YouTube videos. Then these are all of my paintings. not all of them, excuse me, a very small portion of them. I love my little sign here, and I can obviously swap out the words if I want to. Then we have our little Bob Ross Funko Pop, so fun. And then of course, you know, you gotta set the vibe for your videos. So we've got some candles going. Organization again is key. Even the art supplies are organized. We have my Artsy Rose hats and glasses for my videos. We have all types of markers, more markers, and this bucket is super heavy. My cord is in the way, but this one is full of crayons, okay? Now, in here, more supplies. We've got our watercolors. We have highlighters. We have permanent markers. We have more crayons and oil pastels. And the list goes on and on and on. Down here, more supplies for whenever I am recording art videos. We have a stack of paintings that need to have pictures taken of and added to the website. Again, more organization, my to-do board, and another light, which lights up our fun display for the background. So, as we discussed earlier, my career path has transformed from the day I entered college up until 16 years later, now being an art teacher, an entrepreneur, a YouTuber, a virtual teacher, and so much more. And who knows where my path will go next. All I know is I continue to learn. I continue to rely on my support system, like my friends and my family, to help me grow and be a better person every single day. And I always have to remain positive and optimistic. Tomorrow is a new day. You don't know what it will bring, and the past is the past. You guys enjoy your special career day, and as always, I love you, and I'm still here for you. I'm right down the street. Bye, guys.